Good morning. How are you guys? Oh my gosh, this little thing. It broke. Let me try to do this really quick. It's probably not gonna work. Ignore my mudroom. We've had company all weekend. There, maybe that's gonna stay. Wow, what a way to start the video where you are wondering what the heck I'm doing and what this is even about. I have a brand new, to me, tool. Have you guys ever seen a 1 3/4 inch flat iron? Because that is what she looks like. This is a 1 inch. I would say that's the standard flat iron, in my opinion. And then here's a 1.75 inch flat iron. So I'll be honest, I'm not really like the best demo for this because my hair is kind of like a little thin and like super fine. But just imagine if you have like thick, curly, hard to straighten hair that takes 5 million years, how much faster it would be with this. Like, honestly, it could be life-changing. Good morning, Jean. How are you? And if you're not sure, I do have a 60-day money-back guarantee link. So let me put it right down here for you guys. So if you're like, I just don't know if I'll like that, or you've had other flat irons that like don't work, order it. You can send it back for a full refund within 60 days if it's not suiting your fancy. I just sprayed something in my drawer. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn it on. All right, it has a lock, so you can lock it closed. Good morning, Melody. And then you just twist and it'll open. How do you turn it on? We're figuring this out in real time. It's like a touch screen instead of a button. Someone has the laser chain help. Oh, you just hold down on the power button. Okay, so see the power button right there? You just hold your finger down on it. It must be like a smart locking thing, so that way while you're styling your hair, you're not changing the temperature or like turning it off. I'm gonna put mine at, let's do 380. This is kind of super adjustable because you can go by 10 degrees instead of 20. So let's see, you can go as low as, oh my gosh, 140, so 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you can go all the way up to 450. So there's definitely going to be a temperature in there for you. I'm going to do 360, and then we'll turn it up or down if we think we need to. Of course, this is titanium, which is the best for like all hair types. It's kind of like the universal tool. So it's going to add a ton of sleekness, a ton of shine, make your hair super smooth. And then if you guys can you guys see that right there? The far infrared technology is also going to add a ton of shine and kind of like lock the style in. So if you find that you straighten your hair, but it doesn't really stay sleek and straight, this is going to be a really good tool for you. As well as if you live somewhere humid, Thermal Magique Heat and Humidity Tamer is going to be a godsend for you. I probably use that more than any other heat protectant. It smells really good. I feel like it actually helps a little bit with hold. I don't know if any of you guys feel that way. And then it also helps protect your hair from humidity. So definitely those two things, if you have curly frizzy hair that just doesn't like to last, are going to make a big difference. Okay, I'm going to flip this and then zoom in just a little bit. What did you guys do this weekend? We didn't do much. So as far as like Father's Day, we didn't do anything crazy. But we did have a softball tournament here, one local one every year that Cody plays in. And so we pretty much were just like up at the field, which is just the rodeo ground. It's always very interesting, all weekend. And Cody's team ended up winning it. So that was kind of fun because obviously Cody's team is like 30, 40-year-olds. There's a couple 20-somethings. But then there was like a younger team that was quite literally 95% a college track team. They got out, so it was like kind of the older, like the middle-aged guys and gals that were in the championship, so it was kind of cool. Actually, it was a league team. The game they played before that were more of like the local people and stuff, but I just thought it was funny. Okay, I've never curled my hair with a 1-inch, so, or sorry, 1.75 inch. I'm gonna try a couple different ways. We're literally figuring this out as we go, but I do want to show you like how sleek it is. I have split ends, and I know that everyone loves to point it out, but it is what it is. This feels like you're getting like a professional straight and done. Wowzer. That is insane. I already put my heat protectant in, by the way. If you are using a hot tool, please use a heat protectant, no matter what kind you're using. Alright, we're going to try to do more of like a beachy flat iron curl. I think this is a little bit too big for me to do like curls, especially with my hair because it's just not long enough or thick enough. So what we're going to do is clamp and cover 1/2 of it and then the next corner and just kind of glide through. And then we're going to straighten the ends so that they are nice and sleek and smooth. And it's going to make it look a little more like casual. This feels like when you go to the hair salon and they straighten your hair and for whatever reason, it never is the same at home. Like even if you get like a really nice flat iron or use the same products, this feels like that flat iron. So if you are a flat iron girl or you want something easy, I would totally get this, honestly. Visited your dad in St. Louis? Nice. I didn't, I think my dad's at work. Either way, whether he's at home or work, I did not see him this weekend. But I did text him and say, Happy Father's Day. Oh, here come some little boys. Maybe they're not gonna come out. We have my one nephew here that is right in between Carver and Ridge's age. And then we're picking up my other nephew tomorrow. And we're finally going to go to the lake. And they're excited to do some fishing and stuff. But I thought I heard them coming out here. So I'm like, oh my gosh, they're already going to be asking me if they can go do something at 8 in the morning. 3 seconds after they open their eyeballs. Which I have to go to work today, so I guess Uncle Cody is going to have to be watching them. Okay. I am excited to go to the lake, though. Unfortunately, I prefer to go to the lake in July because the weather's a little more consistent in Montana in July. June is a little bit more like we could have a really hot day, or it could just be like not nice at all and like storming. We actually get a lot of storms this time of year. So I don't know. We'll see. We don't have the best weather forecast, but hopefully we'll at least have a couple nice days on the boat. Okay, this is one thing I want to like point out about this, especially because I'm doing like waves. So I'm not even just going straight down the hair. This is gliding through the hair. Like you can feel just how like sleek your hair is getting as you're gliding it. This is my first impression right here with you guys. I know a lot of you probably already have the Le Titane, but wow, I'm just experiencing it for the first time, and I am like, this feels like your hairdresser's flat iron. Like it's honestly crazy how sleek it feels. Okay, I'm just taking like 1-inch sections. And then again, I'm going to squeeze that clamp and I'm going to cover 1/2 and then the next corner. And I'm just going to slowly glide through the hair. And then if you want, you can go and straighten the ends. I feel like I'm mostly getting them, but a couple of them I have went and straightened if they have like a little more split ends or something like that. But you can also just let go once your ends get into the clamp. Good morning, Jody. How are you? How was your Father's Day weekend? I'm definitely in a phase right now. Okay, I do love that because it's just got like so much bounce. This is my first time using this tool, so I was kind of like, I don't know what to do with you for flat iron curls because I've never used it before and it's so big. I don't know if like this video really does it justice. Like, look at this compared to my head. if you have really long hair or like just really thick hair, I probably get my mother-in-law one of these for Christmas or something because she has super curly hair and I feel like she would be obsessed with this because it does take her so long when she has to like blow dry and straighten her hair. I feel like this could cut her time in like half. But anyways, I forgot where I was going with that. I'm just like rambling on. Oh, I was just saying like I'm kind of just figuring out what I like, which I think is basically doing a clamp, and I can do these nice big sections, which is fun, which is just going to make it looser, but cover both corners, not both sides, and then just glide until all the hair gets into the clamp instead of straightening the ends. And I kind of like the like little bounce that gives. Good morning, Stacy. How are you? Wow, didn't expect you to wave your hair. That's a surprising versatile tool. I know, isn't it, Melody? I kind of was like, how do I want to do this at first? So you guys can see this side is not as good, but I feel like I've kind of gotten like a little technique figured out over here because I've never used a flat iron this big before. So I'm like, I don't know what's going to be best, but obviously if you're buying it to straighten your hair, like I don't think you guys need a tutorial on that. You clamp the hair, squeeze, and just glide through. But you can definitely do more than that with it. And especially, I'm always thinking of girls with like naturally like wavy, frizzy, curly, anything like that kind of hair. You could totally do these like flat iron curls and you're going to get that sleekness, smooth out any frizz, you know what I mean, lock it in, while simultaneously kind of like styling your hair. So I love that instead of having to go in. I know like if my mother-in-law, she has super curly hair, if she wants to do like curling iron curls, she basically has to like straighten her hair and then curl her hair. So it's almost like she has to do her hair twice. Or she has to like blow dry it with a brush and like basically get it as straight as she can. That's so fun. And it's kind of loose because it's like such a big tool. So it's a little bit different than a traditional flat iron. But if you like the idea of this and like the far infrared technology, can you guys see that? Just the titanium, all of that, but you don't want the big size. There is a 1 inch as well, which I would consider kind of like a standard flat iron size. But if you want the big one, it's the 1.75. We barbecued and my son got engaged. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Congratulations to him. My new Leduo arrived. I can't wait to use it. Oh my gosh, is it the Edge? I love the Leduo Edge. I love the classic Leduo as well. I mean, honestly, it has gotten me through so many hair days and so many different styles that like I'll never not be a fan of the classic. Sorry, I kind of had some hair stuck around my finger. Anyways, I will always love her, and I feel a little bit bad, but like the Edge is next level. The Flex, I do like it, and I love like the idea of the features and like the concept of it, but with it only having the one floating titanium plate and the other one's like kind of a curved plate, it's almost a little bit too tight for my hair. Like these are the only kind of curls that I can do with the Flex. Is like a half a turn and gliding through, and they are kind of fun looking, but like with the Leduo Classic and Leduo Edge, I can do like true curls, I can do these kind of like flat iron curls, I can straighten, like I can do so much, where the Flex is a little bit tighter. Yeah, the Flex is a little bit tight on my hair, and so I can really only do like a half a turn, and it's like I said, it's kind of fun, like texture and stuff. But for me, I don't need a clamp that tight, and actually I love the like flexibility of the Classic and the Edge with the floating plates because I feel like it adjusts right to your hair, or even like the Lay Titane, a flat iron, you can kind of set the pressure where like the Flex is just a little bit too tight for me, but the Edge and the Classic kind of adjust to the hair, you know what I mean, since it has those floating plates, so I love it. My new, yes, what's the difference between all the ones? Okay, so the differences are definitely subtle. The things that are the same is the built-in cooling fan, the kind of concept of like a flat iron and a curling iron in one, the built-in cooling fan for curls, obviously, the built-in clamp, so that basically, like, say with this, I'm squeezing the tool and I'm having to hold the hair in there. All the Laduos have a built-in clamp. You don't have to squeeze them shut. Titanium plates in all 3 Laduos. Salon length swivel cord, all 3 Laduos. And then the classic is basically 2 floating titanium plates inside the tool. And then the flex, I don't have it up here. Yes, I do. Okay, so this is the classic. The classic and the edge both have floating plates. As you can see, they kind of bounce. And then the difference between, I would say these 2 are the most similar, but this one has some slight upgrades. So it does have a enhanced titanium, so it's upgraded titanium. And then you'll see on the sides, this has some exposed heat so that when you're curling your hair, it's getting heat all the way around, giving you a little bit more even heat distribution where this does not. And then the edge and the flex both are a little bit bigger than the standard, but a little bit smaller than the grande. And then with the flex, it has 2 like biggest differences, which is this clamp is adjustable. So you can tighten the clamp up and then it'll make a subtle difference in your curls. It's like 20% difference of tightness. So a lot of people said the clamp wasn't tight enough in the classic. So I think that was kind of the idea behind this, was for people that want a really, really tight clamp. You can kind of adjust it. And then also making it tighter is it has 1 rounded plate right here. And then the other one goes up. See how they kind of sit together? And this one is floating, the kind of curved plate that goes up, but the one that goes in is not floating. So it's a lot tighter. Yeah, and that's basically the main differences. They're kind of like tools that are the same, but different. You know what I mean? Almost like cousins. Like, it's like a Laduo family. They all have their own perks and stuff. Okay, if you're ever doing your hair with like a flat iron or even like the Laduo and it comes out kind of straight looking, try just flipping your hair whatever direction you just curled it, and usually that'll help it kind of like bounce into place. See, like that? I could just, well, it kind of went on its own, but like just twist it and that'll kind of help it like take that shape. Floating, I mean like bouncy almost. So instead of like the Le Titane, these are just set plates, I think. Are they floating? I don't think so. So these are more like adjustable. So see how if I take my finger, I can actually move that plate around. Can you guys see that? So when you're setting that pressure, or when it's like clamping on your hair, it can kind of like adjust your hair or how tight you spin it, or you can even use your fingers and squeeze it tighter and then wrap your hair around if you want it that way. And it's just a little bit more forgiving, like as you're pulling through your hair, it'll kind of like glide with it a little smoother. Good morning, Marla. How are you? All right, again, we're just gonna do 1/2, and then once all of our hair's in the tool, let go, and we have this kind of like fun little flat iron curl. I'm kind of in one of those phases where I'm like hating my hair. Do you guys ever get like that? What I need to do is I need to get it cut like by a professional and get rid of all these split ends, get it evened back out. Because I know it just like, it grows different. Like one side of my hair is shorter than the other side. I think it just breaks off easier. I don't know if it's like the side that I sleep on or what exactly it is. Or if it's just kind of like eyebrows, one side's better than the other. But yeah, I'm kind of just hating it lately. But I guess it's okay because it's summer, so. Yes, you're welcome, Melody. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. I believe it heats up in under a minute. It sure seemed really fast. And it does have the locking technology, which I don't know how to take that off. Gonna have to go back and read the instructions. So if you are usually like tapping your tools or pushing buttons as you go and it like turns your tool off, you won't have to worry about that with this tool. Okay, I think we're pretty much cooled off. So we're going to take a little bit of marula oil. I'm going to put it in my hands because I do have more fine hair. If you have thicker hair, you can absolutely just spray that directly on the hair if you want. That is just fine. The only reason I always spray it in my hands first is because I have fine hair, and so fine hair just gets weighed down with product a lot faster. And that way I can kind of concentrate it like at the ends where my hair is drier and frizzier, and then I can slowly like work it up. Where if I spray it, I kind of have to like spray and then it just hits this spot, and then I have to spray, hits this spot, you know what I mean? So I can just kind of like keep it at the ends and like mid shaft of my hair by spraying it in my hands. But you can totally spray it right on. It's a lot easier too if I'm doing a girl's hair because I can like see in the back, like I can really like direct the spray, you know, where on yourself it's a little bit harder to like, you know what I mean? Okay, I actually really like that, and I think that's so fun. If you have, obviously I have more fine, kind of like really fine but kind of thin hair. So this is a lot more like subtle and just kind of like a beachy wave. But if you have like really thick or like really curly, really frizzy, textured, coarse hair, I truly think this tool is going to be like a game changer for you because it's a one-pass straightener. You're not having to keep going over it. One pass is going to lock it in. The negative ion technology, you can see the red light right there. That's going to add tons of shine, tons of like that sleek, just smooth, really good hair. Super adjustable heat temp. Titanium's also amazing for taking out frizz and just leaving you with a really sleek, like shiny hairstyle. You can totally do these like little waves with one pass and it's still going to take everything out, or just go through and straighten your hair. This is the 1.75 inch, so it's very big, if you can see that, like compared to my head. So if you have really long hair or a lot of it, this is going to cut the straightening time in half. If you want just a regular size straightener, you don't really want to try the big one. There is a 1 inch with all the other features as well. As I'm dropping everything. Thanks, friend. The teardrop really puts volume in my hair. The roots. Oh, yes. I love that tool. Love that one. Anyways, that's all I really got today. I wanted to try that. I know this tool isn't new in general, but I actually never had it because, I don't know, I have really like pretty naturally straight hair anyways, but I love that. It feels so sleek. I do have quite a few split ends right now. Like, I really need to go in and get a haircut, but I feel like they just like are totally smooth now and you can't even tell, which is going to make me way happier today. Anyways, it has a 60-day love it guarantee now. So I wanted to get it, try it out, and also show it to you guys, especially those of you that have, you know, a lot of hair and stuff. But actually, I kind of love it. I'll definitely use it again, like for sure, even on my hair that I would say is not the ideal or like the target audience for this. I love that kind of loose beachy wave. I love how like smooth and soft it is, and I love that it has the technology to kind of lock your style in. I think that's really fun and really nice, especially in like the humidity or even in the winter if it's like snowy and like wet outside. So I love that. Thanks, Stacy. Thank you, Melody. All right, girls, I hope you have an amazing Monday. If you have questions on this, just let me know. As far as the Love It Guarantee, as long as you order from the link above or below, it'll have that 60-day Love It Guarantee. You can buy it, try it out, make sure you like it, and then if for any reason you do not like it within that 60 days, you can mail it back, get a full refund. So really, really good deal. But yeah, bye guys.